guys, I felt something this time. Oh, a myriad of multiple other drugs we were taking. And of course, around this time of, partying and taking drugs, what do you think that's linked to? This is why I will never ever date a girl who's in the party scene, because the party scene is entirely linked to hookup culture, casual sex. And whilst I was doing all the drugs and drinking and would go out to parties, the main thing in my mind was which girl I was going to hook up with that day, which doesn't seem that bad, as a late bloomer. I didn't really experience like high school dating or something, so he's just having fun. That's probably one of my worst addictions, just trying to sleep with low quality women, because the amount of headaches you go through and what happens to your life when you do this, and when this is like a huge desire of yours to just try and get laid, it sends you down a very wrong path next to broken women, broken men, and I couldn't stop. For years and years and years, this is literally all I did. I didn't study, I barely went to the gym anymore. All I did was just party, take drugs, get laid. Sounds like an amazing time for some people, and yet it leaves you with one of the biggest bouts of depression, of like this lack of dopamine afterwards, because you fried your receptors, you experienced too much pleasure, and now it's time for the pain. Well, not just yet, because after experiencing all this, that's when I got addicted to weed, and I started smoking every single day. Something I've learned now from the scientist Andrew Huberman is that when we experience pleasure, there has to be an equal amount of pain afterwards. It's just kind of like how the human brain works, and when we voluntarily experience pain, there will be also a huge spike in pleasure. I was actively avoiding pain through all this time. I didn't want to be uncomfortable. I wanted to feel the stimulus of the things that I was addicted to. Obviously, I'm not a scientist, so I'm explaining this in a way that I understand. But this keeps getting proven time and time again, and it makes sense. If you keep pursuing pleasure, you will experience a lot of pain to come. But if you choose to experience pain and discomfort, you will start to feel really good. Now, my issue was that I became soft around this time. I got a little bit fat as well, age 21, 22. Gained a bunch of weight from my earlier days when, I used to be lean and attractive. Got very depressed and anxious. Started to stay inside, just felt unhappy. Used to cry quite often. Smoking every single day. Junk food every single day. Just more and more and more and more and more pleasure to put onto that roller coaster, which is eventually going to go down, just delaying when it goes down and then crash. That's when the pain hits. And I'm crying every single day, and I hate my life. Addictions almost killed me. And there's a lot of men out there who will say the exact same thing. And this is why I will never ever downplay how serious it is when a young man simply just plays video games. People have always said, by the way that I preach to you and I tell you how evil these things are, some people have always said that I'm being far too dramatic, that you can play 1 hour of video games a day. It's just a drink, lad. Just come and have a drink. And I was gonna say no offense, but honestly, I do mean to be offensive here. People who have said that are losers. They are grade A losers. The kind of guys who have disagreed with the message of Adonis are always losers. They're always Jeffries.